Hey there, fellow dental professionals. It's Dr. James Younger here, practicing dentist and the founder and CEO of TempStars. And welcome to my third vlog installment to pull the curtain back and show you a little bit about behind the scenes and tell you the story of TempStars, how we operate, and why we work the way we do. So one of the things that really powers us is my and our team's dedication to values. We have a fundamental mission to improve the work lives of dental professionals, and that mission to have that impact drives everything we do. And as a practicing dentist myself, of course, I understand the day-to-day challenges, not only of dental office owners and managers, but also of the dental professionals who treat patients and use their professionalism and clinical skills to deliver great patient care. With that in mind, I wanted to give you a little bit of a background story about how TempStars came to be and a little bit of the journey that I myself went on in terms of bringing it to fruition. And as it started to grow and gain impact and influence, the thought processes that also guided my direction and growth and mission and vision and values of TempStars development. So it all started back in 2015, where at my dental practice, I got a text message 4 o'clock in the morning. I had a dental hygienist who was calling in sick, and our first patients were at 8 o'clock in the morning, which meant I had 4 hours that I needed to find somebody, which wasn't possible, but it also meant I had to go into the office to cancel patients because I didn't really feel comfortable calling anybody on my team to go in early and unlock the doors. And so I ended up going in and calling all of the patients myself. And it just dawned on me that there should be a way that I could connect directly with anybody who might be available to fulfill that shift and see the patients so I didn't have to cancel them. And at the time, I hadn't even heard of Uber. There was no Uber in my area, didn't even know that was a company. But as I was thinking about how I could create a solution that allowed dental office owners and managers to connect with dental professionals for temping. And originally it was only hygienists because that was the problem I was having at the time. I just thought there has to be a way. So I just started off drawing iPhone screens and buttons and with pencils, and I have the original sketches of the app and that sort of thing, just with the intent of essentially solving this problem for myself and my colleagues and friends in the dental profession. So eventually I took my sketches to an app developer, and over the course of 18 months had this app built based on these sketches I had made, which, looking back, of course, I didn't know enough to bring an app to market or develop an app or build an app. And so over the course of 18 months, I realized, oh my goodness, this is not going to go well. And so that first version of the app that took 18 months to develop, I just threw it all out. I didn't even tell anybody I was building an app. I just threw all the code in the garbage, 18 months of work and tens of thousands of dollars of investment. I realized this is not going well. But about 6 months before realizing it's coming to an end, I took it upon myself and realized I should really learn and train myself on the things that are required to bring an app to market. So I took full stack web development, mobile development, UI UX design, database architecture, full stack coding, rapid prototyping, all of the things needed. And that meant that as I took another pass at it, found somebody else and had the first version that we actually launched with in 6 weeks, because I had built my own working prototype and I understood how to communicate with app developers that way. So it's interesting because if you're ever in a situation where you're trying to build an app, the first thing you want is just for it to work, because inherent in any app development, software development, there's bugs, there's glitches, it doesn't work the way you want, there's unexpected edge cases and errors and things like that. So at first you just want the thing to work. And then once it's working, you want people to use it. And so with TempStars, people started to use it. And the feedback in the early days was mixed, but I really took it to heart to make sure I was evolving it and improving it to respond to the needs and the feedback and to fix the most painful parts of the experience and things like that. There was a point in 2018 that it was sort of like a light bulb went off, thinking, well, what is the purpose of this? Is the purpose just to get a bunch of people using it because we're starting to grow? And it really did fundamentally come back to, well, what impact do I want to make? What is the purpose of this? And fundamentally it was helping dental professionals, who I consider my friends and colleagues, whether it's office managers or dental office owners or dental hygienists and assistants and other people who work in the dental profession. How do I fix this work-life situation so that I can improve the job market, help people be happier at work, help dental office owners and managers find good people for their team to treat their patients and all of those. And I really just took it upon myself as a personal mission to make sure that this was evolving in a way that responded to the needs and took the feedback seriously so that we could keep evolving and crafting the solution in a way that served everybody as best as possible. So as the company started, it was just myself, and I had one coder in, I think it was in China at the time, for 5 hours a week. And so I just did all of the work myself, answered all of the emails, worked on 5 hours a week with a coder to make improvements. But of course, coders don't necessarily like to only work for 5 hours a week on one project. So I kept having to change coders and find somebody new. But that also leveled up my skills in terms of interviewing and finding and being familiar with product development and coding and that sort of thing. And so eventually we grew to the point where I was able to have one full-time developer, which was fantastic, but it was still just myself answering all the emails, doing all the marketing, doing all the prototyping and those sorts of things. And then the team slowly started to grow, starting with Holly, who came on as my first the first person to help me with it as head of member experience. And certainly she helped us grow and just really took the reins on a lot of initiatives that really helped us in those early days and continues to help us. And then from there, building out customer support teams, and then from a marketing standpoint, building out some marketing and growth efforts and things like that. And I'll have to say, I'm really fortunate, and I feel such gratitude that the growth and impact of TempStars has been far exceeding what I ever could have imagined in those early days when I was drawing those iPhone screens. But at the same time, inherent and making sure that inherent in our company was the values that was driving me from those early days to ensure that I continue to have and grow a team that's aligned with what I consider my personal mission of improving the work lives of dental professionals. And so all of our team, when we're having our meetings and our conversations, it always centers around, hey, what happened this week? Ooh, how could we have solved that in a better way? What can we do better? How can we set people up for success better and things like that? Currently, the team with TempStars, we have a core team that's in Canada, but we also work with people all over the world, a strong contingency on our team from the United States as well as Europe. And it really is one of my pursuits to make sure that we're finding the best people for the team from all over the world to help us grow and to really engage the team in a way that helps to see the mission and the vision that we're trying to accomplish. And fundamentally baked in to the way that we operate is listening and responding, because there's no way I got it right in those early days. And as I continued to listen and evolve things, it really helped us hone in and make sure that I was focusing my time on the things that would make the biggest impact and the improvement to our service and our impact that we're trying to make. And even as a team, we're constantly just listening and receiving feedback, and not in a defensive way, but in a really curious and interested way, so that we can take feedback, we can take problems, we can figure out what happened and really craft the solution and let the solution evolve in a way to respond to the markets that we serve and the people that we serve. And it just really is fundamentally baked into the things we do, is listening and responding. And we have a product development roadmap because we listen to feature suggestions or things that people wish the app did or wish the service did or wish we had a policy that was different and things like that. So it just, our whole team is all about listening to the people who trust and rely on us and figuring out ways that we can improve our service further. And I fundamentally believe that by focusing on the impact and the positive influence that we can have on the work lives of dental professionals, it has helped us grow and be successful to the level that we have. And inherent in that too is the idea of making sure that our costs are as low as possible, because I'm a practicing dentist myself, and dental office owners and managers know quite well the feeling of being gouged or taken advantage of because of the dental profession and things like that. So it really is one of my commitments to make sure that we're providing our service at as low a cost as possible, in a way that still, of course, as a business, we need to grow and we have bills to pay and to scale up and things like that. But our fundamental pursuit is to make sure that we're fairly priced and operating in that way, in a scalable, successful way. And at the same time, that ability to have 24/7 connections and use our platform so there's no office hours is also just a really big benefit, because again, it was for me in those early days a 4 o'clock in the morning text message, and to be able to access a platform that can help fill that need for my patients. And that's what we're building for the dental profession. Also very big on clarity and transparency, so that we can ensure that as a dental office, you have the transparency into who might be coming in, either a dental hygienist or assistant for a temping shift, but also as a dental professional, so that they have the transparency and clarity and informed decision-making about the dental office that they might be going into work at. So we fundamentally operate in that sphere of connection between dental office owners and managers and dental professionals. And our commitment and our goal is not to serve one side or the other at the expense of the other, but to make sure that we're navigating that sphere in a way that satisfies both people and really serves both sides so that we can make those happy connections and help everybody be happier at work. So that's it for this installment. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative, but if you haven't yet, please check us out, and I'll see you in the next one.